recording, please. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, no, this is the worst. This is already the worst game. Oh god. What if I... Hold on, I gotta adjust audio. There we go. That's much better.
This is wonderful.
Ah, that's chapter 1. I am not gonna play through this entire game. I refuse.
Yes, you are.
Oh god. Who am I? What?
No, he's the first one.
Yeah, you're the first guy.
Yeah.
That's totally you.
Alright.
What is your name?
I don't fucking know.
It's gotta be Kresh.
Sharky.
Kresh. Or Sharky. Shark Boy. Kronf.
Yeah. Kronf.
Is this your way of saying that it's not really me?
No, we'll just do crunch. Fuck it.
Crunch.
Fucking Kronk, as you wanted to fucking put it before.
It is Kronk. Yeah.
It's not Kronk.
Yeah, it is.
I should have saw what the random names were.
I'm an angel when I accept. Oh,
sure.
you're an angel
Fuck
devil,
it.
dude.
Fuck it. I hate it already. Okay. This was a mistake.
Oh, we got some dancing text.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
The art's cool.
I've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well right now. That's goddamn right.
I guess you're 1 nautical mile out, dude.
You fucking piece of shit.
Where's the shark?
It's
Yeah,
a
dude.
huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach, make yourself ready.
Please show a shark.
Make yourself ready.
I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans, and I didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. This is...
in the middle of the ocean by sharks.
I hate this already.
You're part of the
This is the worst game.
No, it's not.
Oh
This
my...
gentleman, he bought it too.
I did buy it. I bought it
now.
specifically for this video, and it's
Goodness.
great. It's not great. It's terrible.
It is great.
It's gonna be a great video. It's gonna be a terrible experience. Yet here it is. The little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers.
Ooh, blank. Oh, or not.
You should do the bird one.
Dear Crunch, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper at a research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely,
Sir Popper.
Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Hans, DPG. I don't know what that means.
What even?
I don't
one of
know,
those.
or I don't know. I don't care.
I know doctorates. That's
No mistake. That's my name right there in the top left-hand corner. Crunch, and there's his. There's his name at the bottom. The genius behind this whole operation. Yeah, he sure is a genius, all right. Professor Popper, science genius, and my new boss. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks.
Oh dear.
Ow. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening in the rocks. This is so bad. I blow out the breath that I've been holding and break into a smile.
Oh, look at that smell. Look at
That's
Crunch, he's
that's
so
the
happy.
most horrid smile I've ever seen. Nicely done, Skipper. No one says that. The ferryman comes out
You
from
just did.
behind the steering wheel. I know, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely, "Take all your He,
The guy's face.
oh my God.
It's Bob.
You know what? You know what is okay. You see like his eyes and nose. All I can it kind of looks like the shark from Finding Nemo.
Bruce.
Yeah, do you see it?
Yes,
I see it. Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need. Alright, thank you. Smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide, we glide seamlessly up to the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be a security officer of some kind. What does this guy look like? Let's find out in this.
He's Asian.
Joe.
He's a black. No wait.
Wait a minute. What
Wait,
is this?
Zane Jones.
Wait, how fat
Wha-
on the
what?
picture?
What happened? What
He
happened?
lost fat on his body and his hair.
Oh.
What the hell?
He lost weight in his hair. I didn't know that was possible.
He got facial reconstructive surgery, so he didn't look like fucking.
Even his glasses are different.
Yeah.
Everything's such smaller. Oh, sir, you look smaller in person.
Oh, he's Joe. Just Joe. Sir,
Why does he look like a 4-year-old
sir,
in the
caught
picture?
you a mouse. And then he laughs
What the
loudly,
hell?
as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very disconcerting.
The pictures are just not the same. People.
The security guard remains surly and
I swear I don't
turns his
personally
attention to
think
me. Let's be having you then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is to offer me help off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start!
Why is he
ID
helping you off
card.
the boat if the
Oh, I
boat's way over
see.
there?
Of course. Reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland.
He helped you off the boat even though you're staring at the boat.
I don't.
Crunch, born on. Oh no,
Crunch.
state issue.
Yeah,
1/1/17.
is that when I was born?
January 1st, 2017. Yep, that's when you were born.
January 1st,
That's what it looks like in that picture.
Yeah, I guess.
You look like a kid, yeah.
Sure. I don't fucking know.
Dear goodness, that loading screen is sad.
This is the worst.
Hello again.
He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. Am I gonna get fucked?
What the hell?
Am I gonna get molested in these woods?
Yes.
I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island.
Yeah, what a view.
It's beautiful, lush, and green. I'm already under its spell. This is not boding well for my ass.
No.
After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I assume these are the labs.
Ooh. Labs.
The whole camp is moderate but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost.
What?
I don't fucking know.
Because that's exactly what you want to see when you hear about labs and cats.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you want to hear that? Like what?
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Who
Hold on.
buys it?
I'd have to do. Hold on. Hold on.
Nope.
Hold on.
Holding.
There we go. I turned both of you up. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around. There's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I
Peeling a
smile
pile
and
of
give her a little
potatoes.
nod, but she just stares back at me. That's Alright, thanks. I try not to get paranoid. I'm about to get
Peeling a pot
Yup.
of potatoes.
He's gonna molest me back here, isn't he? Here.
Yep.
Unzips pants. He stopped
I
at
thought
the
that you were reading that.
Why would you think?
thought he did that.
No, he didn't, believe it or not.
Ugh.
He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I
Oh.
feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Hello.
Look at your face, you're such a distress.
A firm but friendly voice calls out. Come.
He's missing a tooth in this one, dude.
It's alright, I guess. I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper.
Oh,
He looks like a straight pedophile.
Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Yes,
Look at his face, they're all children in the pictures.
Yes. You must be Crunch. Well,
So you look nothing like this idea. You sure you're who you say you are?
yeah, I'm the professor.
You don't even have wrinkles in this picture.
No, just like, oh yeah, I'm the professor. How's it going? Now, lay down.
Crunch.
Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna not do that.
What
Well,
is that face?
long arousal. No, like he's exhausted because he like just came. Oh god.
That's exactly what just happened.
So he just came in his pants because he was so
Look at
excited.
the creepy bear in the background by the alarm clock.
Wait, what?
Right in the
Oh,
back
that?
corner.
Look how it's just staring.
Yeah, it's great. Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. I'm gonna offer you some refreshment. Water, coffee,
Oh,
something
boy.
stronger, perhaps? Cocaine? Whiskey?
When you're what the? Okay.
Should I get? I'll take the.
Yeah, go for it. Yes. He's
I
trying to get you
don't
drunk.
know. I feel like this is a test of some sort.
He's trying to get you drunk, dude.
Nah, man, this is a test, man. I'll just tea. I want coffee, not tea.
You don't like coffee.
You can't even choose coffee.
I'm fine, thank you.
Water? Coffee? I'm fine, thank you. It's important to keep hydrated, so drink it! Just drink it.
Oh my gosh.
The temperatures can rise to quite dizzying heights on this island.
His face on the right scares
I'll
me.
bear that in mind, Professor, thank you. Take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works, so for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out. Maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here.
Question marks.
Question marks. Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Miss Marigold. Her and her husband are caretakers, wonderful couple. Marigold, you'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Crunch. Sorry, I almost threw up.
Oh dear.
That's not a joke. It's bad. And I'm sure you'll fit in nicely.
Wow.
Thank you,
Breathing
sir.
too fast.
I hope so. I am not.
You're dying.
You can pause it, whatever. I mean, wait, hold on.
What?
Shut up, okay? Look, man, I'm tired, okay? Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, this is your basic kit. It's one pair of underwear and a dildo. Have fun. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it'd be very useful.
Field trips.
As will your own water bottle, some disinfectant hand spray, and these are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild.
Okay.
Don't want any scratches from felines. We don't know now, do we?
What?
I suppose not. He looks concerned.
Yeah.
What's going on here? I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. This slot here indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry. Is a basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, that thing I can't pronounce because etc. Yeah, that thing. Shut up. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments, and finally, without a doubt, most importantly,
Lawnmower
oh
noises.
God,
What the hell is that?
I hate it.
Is that like a Pokedex but with a cat?
I hate it. This, the Catidex. Yep, that's a funny joke right there. He holds up something that
Wow.
looks
Why
a
didn't
lot
he
like a
use
mobile phone, except it clearly isn't
Yeah.
one. This is your
Mobile phone.
catalog.
They
You were close.
They had such a good chance to use when he said kitted out to say kittied out, but they didn't use it.
Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it so
They didn't
much.
do it. No, it's the cat
Catalog.
along. Oh my
I hate
gosh.
it. I hate it so much.
Have you ever seen a phone that looks like that?
This
by the
was
way?
this was a mistake.
You think that now? It's too late. You already bought it. Better play it.
I can refund it. This is,
you might as well get your
Guys,
use out.
let him know let him know you want him to finish the whole game.
Yeah, you want him to finish the whole game and to play the other bird sim dating thing.
This
And
isn't
to
what
finish
it-
the shark game.
And to finish the shark
okay,
game.
everyone. All right. Remember, this is about what I want, not what you want.
Are you sure about that?
No. But when it comes to this, yes, I am sure. This is your catalog. Ha 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 ha. I'm not dying on the inside. Ha! Why would you think that?
No, not at all.
Catalog. Yes, the name comes from its earliest version, which was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you can see, we've come a very long way since then.
Oh yeah.
You can now use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of the cat's neck so we can keep track of them.
What the hell?
That's weird. It's a very valuable piece of equipment, Crunch, and I need you to protect it above all else. You understand? I will remember to steal it when I leave here in 8 weeks.
Not as freaking weird as what's going to happen.
Wait, hold on. What's this right here? What's that? What is that? What is that? I'm a little concerned.
It's not anything from a cat, that's for sure.
I don't know what that is. What is this here? I'm not
You don't want
I'm not
that.
quite sure. I think
Don't
it might
ask.
be a little
It
something.
belongs to that bear back there, don't ask.
Sure. All right. He's looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response.
Now he's just looking at you with that smile.
I thought you were talking about the bear for a second.
No. Yes, of course. I will look after it. Good. You'll get to know all the functions as you go along. But for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you to so that you can try it out.
Oh my.
All right. Hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Oh boy, I'm so.
It's time for the real fun.
Oh God,
I've only been playing for 2.5 hours. I hope you know that. Can't refund it anymore.
I'm so excited. Also, you're full of shit. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. A mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forest, mountain, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is in itself quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there's a type of force field. What?
Okay. Force field.
That's what
This game is
Well, now you're stuck.
this game
Have
is
fun.
legitimately bad. Like, I was expecting it to be fun to just go through and laugh at, but now it's just, this is,
You're not even at anything yet. You've just been talking the whole time.
I know. There's this type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter.
How'd you get in?
You mean literally anything? Absolutely no birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. Why did you
What?
pick that word?
Now, how did we all get in?
Yeah.
How did we get in then? What? If he doesn't ask that, forgive my lack of intelligence on the subject, but we're in here. We're here. Professor lets out a disconcertingly loud laugh. I see what you mean. Well, there is, of course, one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty.
Okay.
But so it's a force field with a hole in it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
They could have just left it too. There's nothing else here. That's weird, but they said no. Force field.
Of course.
Also, if there's no other creatures, what do the cats eat? Each other?
Yes, actually.
Great. I'm glad.
They eat the elderly.
But let's not get too bogged
No,
down.
but what do the humans eat?
The cats.
The elderly.
The elderly. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. Why? That's that seems significantly less important than the force field.
One, that's not what I thought it was going to be when you were reading it. Two, why is this relevant?
Let's get. Yeah, don't worry about the force field. All you really need to know is the ship is shaped like a peanut.
I'm gonna die. Almost choked on my food. Oh my god.
This makes. Never mind. This game is great. I changed my mind. Basically, the island is shaped like.
Just remember that. Actually, you might want to catalog that just in case.
Yeah, not the force field part. That's not important. Who cares about that? What you really need to remember is that this island is shaped like a peanut.
Not get too bogged down. The real life threatening part is the peanut shaped island you're standing on right now. Oh my.
Oh
Okay.
God, Amber,
Okay.
Amber, are you okay?
No. I'm dying.
Oh my God.
Why?
Let's
I keep staring at his face. Funny as it gets. I just imagine him finishing. Oh my gosh. Finishing that sentence with that face. What you need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. That's the most important thing.
I just like how we went from don't worry about the force field, guys. What's really important, what you really need to know, is that this island is basically shaped like a peanut.
Here's your catalog. Here's the uniform you need. It's very important to not get scratched by unknown cats. There's a magical force field with only one entrance and one exit, and nothing gets in.
But don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, okay? That's not important. Don't worry about the deadly disease that's also on this island that will kill you instantly. What's really important, this island is basically shaped like a peanut, right?
It's a peanut. Not a walnut, don't get confused. You might die.
Not a walnut, not an acorn,
A peanut.
a peanut. Specifically. And I mean the whole peanut. I don't mean I don't mean
Oh,
just the
that's like
peanut on the
juicy
inside.
stuff.
I mean the whole peanut.
How does he know?
I don't know. Like let's just. Let's continue. He picks up a nearby stick and look, it's a peanut. Picks up a nearby stick and draws a simple map of the. Wow! It looks like shaped like a peanut. What do you know?
Dude, I'm pretty sure. Like, thank you for showing this map. If I didn't know, I wouldn't have known what a peanut looked like.
Yeah, man. What?
Next to his face.
What even is a peanut?
I
Oh,
don't know, dude.
now I get it. It's shaped like a
that?
peanut.
Yeah.
This, our end of the island, is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other half has a deadly disease that will kill you immediately. The other end is not so familiar. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region.
Because of
Like
the
a deadly, because of a deadly disease that will kill you in an instant.
A catastrophic.
What the hell?
What was that? Is this a horror game?
Yup.
No. I didn't want a horror game, alright? I wanted a cat dating simulator.
What else?
On a peanut-shaped island. Very important detail, by the way.
What
What's-
else kind of game would a guy
what
named
type-
Crunch want?
I will hurt you.
Crunch.
What type of difficulties, Professor? Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, because everyone who knows about it died.
But we were sure enough to.
What I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least.
Oh, so it's basically a
At the-
virus.
They know more about the shape of the island.
I was right, it was a disease.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
And at the worst,
That's the worst.
fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Oh, I was right! Instant death!
Wow.
It is a disease that causes instant death. What do you know? Gosh, that
Wow.
is all you have to say is, gosh, that sure is serious.
That is serious.
Instant
Like,
death.
you know, like how the professor's talking about it
Well,
with
you see,
Mario.
the disease, you go there, you might vomit, at the least. And at the most, you might, instantly fall over, convulsing in pain and die.
You might die, but that's
Well,
not important.
Well,
That's
gee
not what you
willikers,
got.
sir, that sure is a problem.
Oh gosh.
And he's like, but don't worry about that. Just remember about the peanut-shaped
No,
island.
don't worry about that. Just remember, we're on this half of the peanut, right? Not the other half of the
Yeah.
peanut. You understand? It's
Oh,
important.
no. This
As-
sentence is gonna end bad.
As I say, it's best to keep away. But let's not go into all that now, my dear. Please stop calling me that. I am a man. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone with good reason. Ugh. ... Whoa! ... I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here, or you'll die instantly, convulsing in pain on the ground. He refers to the map once more. You know, the peanut in the sand. The fuck? I'm glad he just drew a peanut in the sand. He's just like, this is a map, an accurate map of the entire island.
Now he's just laying on the ground.
He refers to the map.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like,
he's laying next to it, and he's like, he points, he just kind of slaps his hand on top of it next to him, and he's like, right there.
Right there.
Right there! And he just slaps his hand on it. Like while laying on the ground.
That's terrifying.
That's pretty good. All while giving you this smile. Gotta remember that. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. Which end? It's a peanut, I can't tell. Oh god, I'm gonna get lost. Oh, that end.
Oh.
Great. There are wild, aggressive cats out there who don't die of the deadly disease. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them because they have the disease.
Now, here's the question. You know that the X is on that side, but now you gotta figure out which side are you on, the right or left.
I just found out something.
God.
This is a horror game. That's Banana Man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It
Oh.
is.
Oh no.
You just forgot to draw the limbs.
Oh god.
Can't look away now.
Unlike her lovely.
It looks like a dead peanut now with the axe.
It's a dead. It's a dead Cyclops peanut. All right. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home.
Oh my gosh.
I see all these cats in the trees in the background, and that cat
Oh,
over there, and
yeah,
all
look
these
at that.
cats. Did you
They are
notice? I did.
No, I didn't notice.
He has led
That's
me to a.
I didn't even notice until you mentioned it.
He has led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. Yeah, a few cats.
Wait, what's making the reflection in the water? There's nothing that shape.
Demons! Oh, those are the mutated flying cats from the danger zone. You know, the one with the deadly disease.
Oh no.
Imagine he says that next.
That would be great.
Please do.
What do we say? We try out your new catalog now, Crunch. Make sure you put that the island is shaped like a peanut.
Peanut.
He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who is sleeping under the shade of the palm tree.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow.
Oh boy.
He's disgruntled, all right.
Dude, his eyes are the size of his nose.
Look at his red. He's got red eyes. He has the disease. The cat just lets out a displeased mule. Mule? A mule?
A mule.
A mule. But doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with the long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in a lazy resignation.
Okay.
Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap?
Yeah, it's so
I
delightful.
find the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. Gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled a cat scan.
Cat scan.
Oh my
Wow.
god, I hated it.
Wow.
Never mind, I hate this game again.
Cat scan.
And it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing.
Wow.
The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur.
Fat shaming a cat, you horrible person.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How dare you fat shame that poor little kitty? That is so offensive.
Oh shoot.
Fucking-
Oh.
I bet there's
nice.
one negative review that says that somewhere.
Probably.
I blow to make a parting and press the catalog to its skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. All right, that should do it. And he plops the Marmalade Tom back into the shade.
Marmalade Tom.
All
What a
right.
name.
Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Look at his name, Floofy Butt, guys. Floofy Butt.
I wonder if he chose that himself.
Hold on. Meow. Okay.
Gotta read it all, yeah. Oh, he looks.
Wow. He looks
Doesn't look that happy in real life.
he looks adorable there. That's great.
Gender.
Oh my gosh.
Did you just assume his gender? Ah!
I'm sure he checked.
I'm triggered, guys. It's
It's
not what you see, it's what you feel. Come on, don't you know?
Oh, okay.
Did you forget that? Come on.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, Floofy Butt. Name Floofy Butt. Gender male. Age 10 years, 4 months. Breed red tabby, a Persian. Eye color red. Great.
They look black to me in that photo.
Yeah, they do. Wow, amazing! Every time he has that face, I gotta switch.
Clever, isn't it? Look at that freaking smirk.
It makes me got down there.
Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Butt here. But it looks like you'll have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Crunch.
I like how he says
Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started.
Listen how weird that sounded. He said, scan Floofy Butt, and he says, but you'll have no problem scanning that area.
Oh, no. He said I'll have no problems in that area. Come on, get it right.
Yeah, but doesn't that sound a little bit wrong?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
So,
Oh, no.
hey. Does anyone else want to read this? Because my throat hurts.
Your throat hurts.
My throat hurts.
Wow.
Probably shouldn't have done the more gravelly voiced thing I did. That, you know, the one that is painful to do.
Oh my gosh. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with that catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These five spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Dear goodness Lord. Like
Like
a little family. Aren't you? Wait, what?
Wait, what?
He's talking to the 5 cat. Wait, look at that face. Look at his face in the corner.
Oh, yes, you are.
They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are.
Oh no. No. No.
Uh,
Oh, yes, you are.
what was that voice?
Just
Oh,
freaking no.
that's great.
Just no.
The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're gonna get on great. That is not a good choice of words.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Cat lover's
think a
one
lot
thing,
of
but
stuff
then
is a
there's
good
just being
choice
a
here.
crazy cat lover.
Like
Okay.
literally going to an island of cats.
Okay, here goes. No help this time.
Oh boy.
The professor steps back. Be careful you
Literally
don't hit the bomb function.
The first
Gotta,
time I
gotta step back just in case. How do you think I lost this tooth?
Don't press the euthanization button.
Yeah.
Oh dear goodness.
No, don't hit the bomb button. That's how I lost this tooth.
Oh,
Don't shoot
no.
out peanuts.
Peanuts.
The first cat I approach is very friendly with beautiful calico markings. It comes towards me already purring. Meow. Meow.
Trixie
Alright.
the cat.
Trixie.
What's wrong? Why is it winking?
What the fuck?
It's winking at
Ah! I don't like it.
It's 3 years old.
It's you know what happened?
Gender
You know why
male.
the cats put their tails straight up? I hope you know.
Yeah, I know.
Have fun.
Alright, well, next is an elegant, sleek, hairless
Oh, no.
cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Ah! 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 Ah!
Why is it so fluffy in the bottom?
Ah!
Snooty booty.
Oh, God!
Snooty boo.
That looks disgusting. Get that off of my
It's some
snooty booty.
stretched bubble gum.
Female, 11 years, 1 month, breeds Sphinx, eye color blue.
It's some
Oh,
stretched
yes,
bubble
thank you.
gum.
Get that off my screen, please.
Oh
The fourth
my-
cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow, meow, meow,
What
meow,
is it
meow,
with a
meow,
dog?
meow.
What is that?
Looks like a damn
It looks-
dog.
McMurphy.
What's-
Meow, 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 meow.
Doesn't
Okay.
that look like a damn dog?
Yeah,
I don't know,
it
it's like a
did
mix.
actually.
McMurphy.
Gender male, 6
Okay.
years. Hey,
Hey, look,
he's...
you want to go to McDonald's and get a McMurphy?
Yeah!
Oh.
I'd like to buy one McMurphy, please.
I want it 6 years old.
No.
That's horrible. Actually,
Give me a
that's horrible.
6-year-old McMurphy, yeah! Oh, yeah,
the
that's my
messed up
favorite.
McDonald's, dude. That's one
McDonald's,
messed up
I know you're trying to broaden your selection, but that's a little too far.
Can you imagine you
Oh,
order a
that's
cheeseburger?
terrible.
What age would you like this?
In
And
72
finally-
years.
And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been skulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment.
What does he look
I
like?
laugh at myself, already projecting personalities into these animals.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's the professor!
The professor's a cat. It's totally him. Look at the sleeve.
If this is Kibbles.
I don't know, he doesn't quite have the professor's soulless eyes.
Nobody does have that smile.
He has...
the same exact. They copied and pasted it and flipped it. They literally did.
Hiss. Okay, I'm not...
It's the
He
exact
doesn't
same
look
one.
angry up there.
Nah, he looks quite happy. He looks like he's about to, like...
What the hell?
He looks like he's about to molest me.
White
Look at
British
that face.
long hair. Oh
Alright,
my God.
well... Kibbles.
Okay.
All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor
I don't
lets
see how
out
this
a
is
little
a
laugh.
dating game.
Ha! Ha!
Oh dear goodness.
I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's
I'm
probably
sure.
enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in.
Yeah, the most thing to take.
I
the
am
most
suddenly
hardest thing to take in is
exhausted.
the peanut.
I'm suddenly exhausted. Man, it must be one of those roofies. And I'm grateful
Oh no.
to be heading back to camp.
Whoa, what was... Well, okay.
I'm ready to get molested, guys. Ooh,
Oh god.
I'm ready.
Oh no.
Gotta loosen up my own butthole just so it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
There's a cat in there.
I don't want it to hurt. Gotta loosen it up before he gets to me.
It's nighttime. There's a cat. You're in trouble.
It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms.
Goosebumps. What the hell's a goose?
Yeah, that's what I know some people say that, but it's weird. And pimples are gross.
Goose pimples. That sounds weird. I just think of like geese with pimples.
Goose pimples. God.
Or they just make like make goose sounds every time you pop one.
Oh
Just
god.
that
whack,
That's just-
whack.
God, that would drive me nuts.
Shivering, I rub them to warm myself.
What?
That does not sound
The goose
good.
pimples, of course.
What the fuck?
Goose. Now it sounds like it says goose nipples.
Oh, so okay, so for the males it's goose pimples, not boobs. Okay, got it.
Oh god.
It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight.
What? What?
I'm very confused. My eyelids close, thinking of cats and the island and the professor. That stud. That stud. The world
Why
around
else
me,
would you do that?
the world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream.
Watch him drink this.
It's called
What?
Ellis.
What? Okay.
Oh.
I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright.
It's still dark.
It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling and a strange electronic noise. One that in my sleepy confusion I can't place right away.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent.
What's going on?
I look around me. My fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. Snap into
Oh, no,
action,
someone
running
took
as
it.
fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark of night. I must be crazy! Ha! Ha!
Oh no.
The words of Professor Popper are ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. Alright. What? What? This is
statues.
This is a weird island. I don't like it. Okay. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop.
Now they need to make a shark island.
Yeah.
No. I stop, feeling my heartbeat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? It must
He's
be
on
the
the-
roofies. I
He's on
I
that
tr-
side of the island.
I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone.
Yep.
Danger zone. Okay.
Oh gosh.
I can make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me. Before my eyes closed and I dropped to my knees. What? Oh, am I
Okay.
about to die? Dot dot dot.
Yes, you are. I saw
Also in the Final
But
Fantasy
Maya is the
battle.
calico cat I scanned yesterday sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet.
There you go. You're safe
Don't-
to go leave.
That said something.
Oh, yep, you're dead. Bye.
No, that
You're gonna
something.
wake up in a cave.
I pass out. No. When it glitched out, it said something over there.
Didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw it for a split second. I didn't read it. I couldn't. It's too fast. Hello,
You're gonna
can
wake
you hear
him.
me?
What?
What? What?
Oh wait, what the frick, Floofy butt? Shut up. You're not.
Are you
what the
okay?
frick? What the heck?
What is it? Oh God! Don't be ridiculous, Skimbles. It's a human. Oh yeah, yuck. I can smell it now. It smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's
It's one
breathing, you
person.
imbecile! Why isn't it moving? Would you come and give them some space? Move back a bit. Yeah, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I've been to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective?
What the frick?
Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. Cat swats me intensely. Am I going insane? Ouch, my head.
Oh no.
What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human, are you alright?
Oh god.
You, I remember you. You took my catalog. Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's back in your pocket now. I reach into
How'd
my
it get
pocket and
there?
realize my hands are scratched to shreds.
Oh
Ow,
no.
ow, ow, ow. What's wrong with my hands? Try to stand. Ow, 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 my feet. What's happened to me? Yeah, guess that's from all the climbing. I told you it wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? It's an anatomical structure. Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Floof, you try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like a mirage. It's what?
A Margay.
A
It's like
Margay. Look, man, whatever. It's like a
Okay.
Margay. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. I was like, a what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach, okay? But that doesn't explain. I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled. Kara. Kara, who's Kara? That's not my name.
What the frick?
It's a term of endearment.
What?
It's an Irish thing. What?
Okay.
Oh,
It's
that's not
inappropriate. It's inappropriate. What? I crawled. Wait, I crawled. You sure did. Like a cat. Yup. All the way from the mountains. Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But
Oh my god.
why? Because you got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down.
Does it
and
turn
have
people
a
into
talk.
cats?
Possibly a long talk. I bet it does.
Oh
Talk.
my god.
Yes, that's right. Grr, I'm angry. Since when
Oh
did cats
no.
talk? For goodness sakes, since the dawn of time, how else do you think we communicate? Now stop spitting whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain what the hell is going on here? Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves, at least not all the details of how this works. I think being stood in a forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want. I agree, and more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist after all. What we do know is that the clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You'll be catified.
Yeah, I knew it.
I'll be what? Whether you help or not, we don't have a lot of time before, if I may. It would seem, and we are basing this on our own
Does
experiences
that mean
today.
that every one of these cats were once people?
I bet. And how did this man happen? The professor is still here.
It's the professor's twin brother. That's where he went.
No! If I actually hear my twin brother got lost a while ago. That when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say,
Oh no.
you're screwed. You're not helping. Don't make me hiss. Whoa, mountain lion. There will be no violence of any kind.
Remember, he's
Forgive me
Irish.
for being a bit panicked here. The vulnerability which Snooty Booty was referring is simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin the process of change. That ultimately will result in a full feline transition.
Oh dear.
Catified. So basically, you're telling me that I'm a werecat. I look down, and amongst the scratches on my hand are 2 distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Floofy Butt. You're great. My head is spinning.
You're gonna be catified.
This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Car. You're not looking so good. What?
Not looking so
Have
good.
I started to change? I feel my head for ears fur. Everything seems to be normal. No. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky, understandably so. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself enough to say, okay, so why, how, what? Give me some data. What do you have? What have you got so far?
Nothing.
Look, we'll answer anything that we can. The truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So,
So much talking.
What exactly would that entail? Well, finding our friends would be a start. Cats on this island, they're going missing and we don't know what's happening to them. But the body count is rising and we've hit a wall. Wall of ignorance, baby. Really, how many times do I have to tell you? The Muellers are to blame.
The Muellers?
Muellers? Now, Floofy Butt, there is no need for name calling. Speaking of name calling, I'll remind you to call me Major, Madame. It's Floofy Butt. Look, they can't help the way they are. It's a lack of breeding, you know?
What?
Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again,
No.
Muellers! They're the elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can. Hence their derogatory term, Muellers.
Oh
And
my
how are
gosh.
they to blame, exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. Look, Carl, all we really know is that we are no longer safe on this island. Elders who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why, it's just always been that way. And now, because cats are being taken, nowhere is safe either. You expect the occasional mishap? We live in an undomesticated world here, after all. But lately, cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human we catified went missing.
What is going on?
I'm sorry,
here?
what? It's not open old wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. First
So
thing
much
first,
talking.
this werecat thing. Catification. Transition. Whatever. How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat.
Wow.
Well, jeez, how?
Yeah.
How, what the fuck?
Okay.
I can't answer that phone.
Oh.
Well,
Rip.
Maybe it was the
I-
cat
Because
phone.
it's behind the desk still.
Yes, yes it is. My phone is still behind the desk.
The cat was calling him Mr. Kibble.
Mis-
Or Mrs. or Mr. or whatever the fuck. I'm
Kibble.
forgetting.
Major.
That dude, no, Kibbles is this one. It's the professor's cat. That's Kibbles. man.
Oh crap.
What? All right. It's a gradual process. It's different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us.
Oh, no.
Not the others, obviously. Not all the domestics either. And you have the whole heightened senses thing. The increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff.
Oh no.
That's not where the human will with all the details just yet. I assume there's an antidote? No.
Nope.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, did you say there's someone else you put in this situation? Well, let's hope you're a better bet than they were.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Unfortunately, we weren't able to discover the antidote or get our friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really?
I hope the cats at least turn
Trade?
into humans.
Huh? You help us, and I'll give you their progress reports.
Help the kitties.
To help the kitties? Do not help the kitties. Do
God.
not help the kitties.
No, help him.
No, I don't want to help them. They turned me into a cat. Assholes.
Yeah, dude. Oh god.
These selfish pricks turned me into a cat just so I could get their friends back.
Yeah, dude. You gonna help him or just wait? Blah, bye.
And then you will never get the antidote.
Yeah, but then I don't have to play this game anymore.
Yeah, go ahead and help him then. Why don't you try?
I don't want to help him.
Help.
You do. Help.
God damn it, fine. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me track down your missing friends? Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers, and I'll eat my hat if it doesn't end there too. But
What
don't
hat?
mind him. He's set in his ways. You have every reason to believe the objections take place
What
in your
fucking
part
hat
of
is
the
he
island.
talking about?
Yes, nowhere near the danger zone or the others. Danger zone? Okay,
He should have said, "I'll eat my floof," but you know,
I'll
he
eat my
didn't.
floof. Well, that doesn't
dude.
make much sense.
Well, his name is
But I
Floofy
suppose nothing does around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm.
no.
I have to get to work. You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet with us later.
What the hell's that face down? And look at the cat smiling.
You know when he said the last thing, well, I immediately thought of like a white kid hanging out with the black kids in like the 1950s. That's what I thought of.
With your people.
Wow.
Don't want to raise suspicions with your people.
Wow.
You better get back to your white family.
I thought that was actually what he said.
Wow.
That's what I thought of. Thanks, Car. You're one in a million.
Wow.
Motherfucking phone. Stop calling me. I don't.
It's the
I am-
It's the catalog going off.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's the catalog, not my phone that fell behind a desk. I promise.
I told you to get that. It might be in-
Shut the fuck up. Okay. I imagine the odds are far greater than that. Given your new health status, dying. Go.
Oh my god.
And thanks from all of us. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
thanks,
selfish
that's
assholes. Turned me into a cat just so I could help you out. Without thinking of me or my life. Yeah. After a rather painful journey, I am very grateful to finally limp into camp. I have just enough time to get myself tidied up for work, and I'm about to peel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalog beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. Not from any of the contacts Professor Pauper programmed to it. In fact, there's no contact information at all.
Professor Paw.
Are you sure it is wise to trust anyone? Anyone? Everyone. Anyone. Okay, whatever. I read that completely correct the first time. Who is this? There's a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you confide in. What? All right.
Basically, who you trust.
Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone, and my catalog has no record of them.
Oh god.
I don't have any time to think about this right now. I need to get ready. As soon as I'm presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. It doesn't give a good impression on my first morning. Crunch, good to see you. I was beginning to worry. Did you oversleep on your first day? Terribly sorry, sir. I think the traveling, all the excitement of yesterday. I take wait. Hold on. Punctuality, very seriously. I'm intelligent, I promise.
You are.
He cuts across my apology. Not to worry, it's perfectly understandable. You'll find I'm quite relaxed about most things. As long as you get the work done, I don't mind what hours you keep. Thank you, sir. So shall we get started? My goodness, what on earth happened to you? He's looking at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and tried to save myself by grabbing onto a bush. Not a secret drinker, are you, Crunch? Oh no, sir, I'm a bit of a lightweight, to tell you the truth. Just teasing! Ha! I'm an alcoholic! We had to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. You know, they're leaking with pus, they're puffy and infected.
Ew.
Your thumb looks like it's rotting off. It's pretty gross. I can see the bone.
Why do I see your nail looking like a claw?
Oh no.
Whoa.
Are those whiskers?
Why is your one hand just one tiny cat paw? That's pretty weird, man. Did you cut off one of your hands?
Why is your ears getting pointy?
Why do you look like a cat, man?
Why?
Why do you look like a cat? Something's weird
oh,
here.
There's a peanut island in the background.
Whoa, Peanut!
Oh, no.
We ought to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. All pus-ridden, puffy and swollen. Infected, disgusting, probably needs to be amputated.
Oh,
He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle and some cotton wool, and he begins cleaning and tending to my hands while he talks, draining the pus into a giant bucket that's already halfway filled.
Oh.
For today, I'd like you to help me out with a few tasks around the lab to get the hang of things, but that might be hard with your lack of hands. From tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices about how to best carve up your time.
Carve up your time. Ha 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 ha.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Come on, I gotta do my hilarious. That's my hearty chuckle, guys.
That's
Come
your
on.
crunch chuckle.
No, it's a hearty. It's my hearty crunch chuckle, dude. Come on. Just That's a great. It's great. It's premium quality entertainment, guys.
I swear I'm gonna get quality something.
Of course, you are primarily here to carry out your job as my research assistant. However, try to make the most of your time on the island. What's your work? Oh god, your work is completed. We'll be saying goodbye. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Oh no, I forgot I'm only here for 8 weeks. I'm gonna turn into a cat. If I don't figure it out, I'm gonna go home and then turn into a cat. And that's weird. No! Make sure to spend time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place, and there's lots to see. A lot to see. Wow, let me go over to the danger zone. That's great. Take the time to get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to our research.
Or that was already taken care of.
There's plenty to... Yeah, I can actually talk to them now. It's crazy. He's like, what are you talking about? And, what? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Did you get the disease? No, not at all.
What disease? You mean the horrendous deadly disease on the danger zone? No.
Yeah.
The one that lets you talk with cats and then turn into one after convulsing and pain? No.
You broke the first only rule he gave you.
Look, man.
Don't go to the danger zone. That's it. That's all you had. One job.
Yeah, and I ruined it already. It's the one thing I was given before
Actually,
I even...
no, too. You broke both the rules. Don't lose the catalog and don't go to the danger zone. You did both in the same freaking time zone.
Yeah.
Before even the second day began.
Yeah.
Not even a full first day, just the nighttime.
Like the first night I was there, yeah. After work was already said and done. There's plenty to see and do. However, you must be careful not to overlook. Take regular rest and relaxation. We don't want you to burn yourself out, now do we? I'll try to get the balance right, especially since I have no hands. That's the spirit. So there you are. I'm just gonna imagine this entire game I have no hands from now on. He's done a first-class job on my wounds. They aren't bothering me nearly as much now that my hands are gone.
He's done a first-class job on my wounds.
Now that my hands are gone, they're not hurting at all.
Not at all.
Look how happy that yellow cat is in that case. You know, that's
Wow.
really...
So happy. I spend the
It's
rest of the
terrifying.
day with the professor, getting to know how the various pieces of equipment in the lab work, finding out where everything is, and also learning some of the basic duties I will be performing routinely.
Now that I have to figure out how to use my feet.
Now that I have to use these stumps. They're almost like cat paws. Whoa!
Almost.
I'm turning
Wow.
into a cat!
Wow.
Wait a minute. No, I just lost my hands. Keep forgetting. By the end of the day, I am exhausted. I make my way to my tent.
Oh.
God damn it!
Maybe it's important.
No, it's not important. It's never important.
I'm sure it is. They wouldn't call 3 times.
It's not important! Shut up! Alright, it's not important.
Those cats or sharks really want to contact you.
Nobody wants to contact. I don't have friends.
Except
I
the
don't.
person calling you.
How can I meet any cats or sharks? I don't go outside. What is that?
You don't have to go outside. I'm sure there's websites for it.
I don't use. No. I don't
I'm
use
sure
the
there is.
internet. What are you talking
there's
about?
a game for it. Look at you playing it right now.
Yeah, I am.
You've already met a shark, so really.
Look, don't make
One
me.
nautical, actually 2 nautical miles from this island.
Yeah, fuck you. How about that? I'm about to flop down on my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. It's the
dear.
reports that Kibbles promised to deliver. The cats were right. Previous person barely made a start on producing an antidote. I'm gutted and worried. What if I can't do any better? Will I just turn into a cat? I decide
Nope.
that's not an option. And resolved to get going on my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cats will be a good starting point. I have a feeling they know a lot more than they're prepared to tell me.
Oh my.
I need to gain their trust and see if I can get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I'll make more progress if I focus on one at a time. I'm optimistic at that. Optimistic that one-to-one sharing will prove fruitful. It's a small glimmer of hope. Tonight, I'm not fit for anything. I can barely even write in my journal with my no hands. Before I fall asleep, it's hard to write in a journal when you have no hands.
Oh my gosh.
You went with your paw.
What? The first morning of waking up on the island, I'm so excited to discover what the day will bring. Should I jump straight into lab research? Or maybe it would be wise to start investigating a way to help these cats and find a cure for myself.
What's that pink thing on the floor?
Those are panties, I guess. I don't know.
Like how, look at the colors, how they're outside of the...
Yeah, they didn't even color in the lines.
Come on, man. You drew the lines and then you didn't even color inside your own lines.
Oh my god.
I think that's the style they were going for. Some of it's not even colored in, like the golf bag in the corner back there.
Wait, oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Why?
and then
Why
look
is
at-
there?
look
Why
at
is
the
there just a
golf
straight?
bag.
There's like a garbage bag just sitting there too.
I like how the garbage bag is not black, it's just blue, like light grayish
Yeah.
blue color.
Yeah. And then there's this
Whatever.
oddly shaped this.
Water canister, maybe?
It's shaped weird. I don't
It is
get it.
shaped
Or like, why do I have a fork, a knife, and a spoon just in a pouch here?
And then you got a pen in the other pouch.
Yeah.
Maybe you were eating.
Yeah.
something
How
off the panties. Cause
I
it's
can't-
That's one
way
messy
across
ass
the room.
room.
I can't eat with the fork, knife, and spoon because I don't have any hands.
Obviously. Oh my gosh.
You can't even put it in
use
your mouth.
foot. That's why the sock's laying there.
Why is that thing
Oh,
with that green
okay,
thing
yeah.
back there look like a fire extinguisher?
I have no
I
idea.
think it's supposed to be a lantern.
Yeah, maybe. I have no. I
What a
don't know
tiny hole. How much light could that even give?
I don't even know.
Oh,
What,
not a fire extinguisher, a fire hydrant. Sorry.
I don't know what the fuck any of this shit. Fuck it, whatever.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
Thing looks like a fire hydrant.
Hey, achievement! New
Nice
Whoa,
job.
new job.
Oh, I thought it was a nice job.
You only just got
What
hired.
should you do? Oh, look.
Oh, romance! Please,
no.
please do. Please
No.
put one in all of them at least.
Fine,
You
fucking.
have
Gotta do the interesting thing.
Oh,
No.
God.
Mickey Murphy! Or Snooty Booty.
No. Look, I don't want to
Not
be
the
gay
Irishman,
or
not-
anything,
Not,
but
not the Irishman.
look,
please.
I don't want to be gay, but
Choose
Snooty Booty.
bubblegum.
No, no.
Oh no!
Snooty Booty is a disgusting creature that I want nothing to do with. Kara, wake up!
Oh god, no. You're
Mommy,
still a human.
Mommy, is that you? Shh, quiet. Kara, come with me. I have something to show you.
Oh no.
But you have to be
Oh
quiet.
no.
It's my penis.
Oh no.
It's my penis. Whoa!
No, please.
Nice!
McMurphy? Please no.
Yes, it's me. But it's the middle of the night.
No, you gotta,
Kara,
you gotta have
you're not
that
scared, are you?
innocent-
I
gotta have
came
that
all this way
innocent
just to see you.
sub-voice.
Why would I be scared? I love you. Oh. Creeping around in the forest in the middle of the night. Don't worry, Kara. I'll be there to protect you. McMurphy, you know very well that there's a force field around the side, stopping anything from the outside getting in. It makes this place a pretty safe place. Indeed. So the only things you have to worry about are the things that are already here. He leers at me with a mock snarl. Rar.
Seriously, Murph?
Rar.
God.
Snarl. He got it. He went at me with a mock with a mock snarl. I had to do it. Come on.
Oh no.
Seriously, Murph. If you're the worst threat here, then this is the safest place on Earth. So come on, Carl. What are you waiting for? Show me your
Oh
penis.
no.
Take your
No.
dick out.
I'm about to tab out, dude. 3
I
seconds.
followed the scraggy cat into the forest. The ground is wet and muddy. I lose my footing a couple times, but McMurphy is too determined to notice. Suddenly stops dead in his tracks. Here we are.
Oh, dear goodness.
Where is here, McMurphy? He ignores my question, starts digging into some mud, and leaves on the ground. Almost got it. Could use a hand car if you don't mind. Get these
Oh,
leaves
no.
out of the way. That's it. Here we are. Okay. We keep digging till there's a fairly deep hole in the ground. My arms and nightclothes are covered in mud and leaves, and McMurphy looks like a bog monster in the darkness. Ta-da! Oh boy. Ta-da! Can't you see it, Kara? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I always forgot how
Oh, no.
useless human eyes are in the dark. Just reach into the hole and take out whatever you find.
Oh, no.
Wow! A brand new dildo!
It's
My
so
favorite!
ugly. I know that shape.
I know that shape. Oh, it starts thin, widens out. It's a butt plug. Wow! It's a studded butt plug. Wow! Thank you, McMurphy.
Oh no.
Yeah. You're welcome, Kara. I need you to widen out before I get started. I reluctantly reach into the burrow and feel something hard and cold against my hand. I wrap my fingers around it and pull it out. I know the shape, but my eyes can hardly process it. It's a human skull. It's a bottle.
Oh no.
That's right, Kara. This is my secret stash. No one knows about it. Not a soul. But I thought I'd share it with you. Thought we could have a kind of welcome to the island party for two.
Okay.
Secret stash? Is this booze? Murphy lets out a wild laugh. That's it. That it is, Kara. You drink alcohol? You can't. That can't be good for your body. It's not good for anybody's, but it does wonders for the soul, to be sure.
Wow. He is
Well,
a
I
true
suppose you're
Irishman.
right here, McMurphy.
He's a true Irishman.
I guess one. Look at that face. I guess one little nip couldn't
Oh
hurt.
my god.
No, I just imagine
Oh,
that's the
no.
face when he like rubs his hands together. He's just like, yeah.
Oh, it looks
I
like
guess
something
one
from
little
Go-Bill.
nip
It's
couldn't hurt.
terrifying me.
I guess one little nip couldn't hurt.
One
That's the spirit. I try in vain to get some of the mud off me before giving up and sitting down against a tree. A sodden McMurphy curls up in my lap.
Oh,
It takes a while to uncork the bottle. McMurphy keeps telling me to smash it open and that the shards of glass will only add to the flavor, but eventually I succeed.
What?
My
what?
way. Just drink the
Okay.
glass. Just drink it. It's delicious.
Oh my god.
What, you telling me you
Okay.
don't eat glass? That's weird. I pour a little out for McMurphy into a leaf. I self-consciously swig from the bottle, feeling a touch, uncivilized. Ugh, McMurphy, what in heaven's name is this? Now don't worry about that, Car. It's not
Don't
about
worry
the taste,
about
it's
it.
about the company.
What?
I hardly
Oh,
think I'm the
what?
type of person you'd usually hang around with. Well, I usually hang around with cats. They're not exactly what you call my type. I respond by
You can
wondering as if
C16H12FN303.
I take another swig from the bottle. Somehow it tastes less terrible than the second time
Oh,
around.
God.
I find humans much more interesting. Usually have a lot to say. Present company expected, except McMurphy winks at me with one of his
Oh, God.
huge green eyes, and I blush, trying
Oh,
desperately
no.
not to show how boring I feel compared to him. What is this?
Oh god.
Don't take it harsh. I'm only joking, Gara. McMurphy, I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now.
Oh no, please, no.
Anything, Cara, ask away. I love for us to get to know each other better. This Cara thing. You know my name is Crunch. That's fucking stupid. My name is retarded. The rest of my sentence
You
drowned
could've
out
put
by
your name as
McMurphy's
retarded,
howls of laughter.
You knew my name.
You make me laugh, Car. You really do. I know exactly what your name is. Crunch.
Crunch.
Crunch. Car is just, it's like a pet name, you know? Car means friend, buddy, amigo. Something my mammy used to call people, and I guess it just stuck. It's one of the few things I remember about her, actually. That and her beautiful smile. Hey, flash me your pearly whites. I smile at McMurphy awkwardly. He burst into fits of laughter again. Ah, that's a lovely smile. But to be sure, but you need to grow into it yet.
What the heck is that face?
He's drunk. Could I have a top up over here? I don't know if I feel comfortable giving you more alcohol, McMurphy. I think you've had more than enough. In fact, I didn't even want to give you any in the first place. Did you not know that cats have 9 lives? And you want to waste all of them all on booze? And why not? Besides, the night is still young and we've only begun our conversation. I mean, come on, Cara. We got a lot of chin wagging to do yet. Are you gonna pour or not?
Cheers!
This is an intervention. No,
Cheers, mate.
Part of me thinks I ought to be a responsible human here and cut off your alcohol supply, but I believe in true democracy. Would you care to expand on that and perhaps pour the drinks as you do? The true democratic principle that none shall have power over the people, cats, whatever. Inspirational, I'll toast to that. Alright, McMurphy. But on your head it'll be. For the rejection of authority comes the responsibility for bearing the consequences of your action. I pour some more of the suspect liquor into McMurphy's soggy leaf.
Slante.
Slante. I don't know. I don't speak. I only speak American, dude. I only speak American.
Only American. Okay.
I don't speak no Mexicanese.
Yeah, okay. I don't think anyone does.
Sure they do. They do in Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico. Come on.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico, dude.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Hilarious jokes. Come on, guys. I don't know how things work in cat protocol, but in human terms, you are a very mature, very grown-up adult. Oh, fiddlesticks. You're over a certain age, and as such, can take responsibility for your own choices. I like it. Spoken like a true libertine. Okay. Libertine. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I can shake my tail when I feel the vibe. By tail, I mean penis. Whoa. I can't believe I just said that.
No.
This stuff is stronger than it looks. My proverbial hat is off to you. I feel disproportionately pleased that Murph has paid me a compliment. What? Say, Cara, have you ever been in love? Hey, Murphy, that second leaf has gone straight to your head. That cat smiles slyly. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Are you still with them? Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. Ouch. Well, it's definitely your loss. Ha ha. Yeah.
Their laws.
Sorry, I'm thinking about my own life. Sorry.
Wow.
The fuck?
Well, it's definitely their loss, not
What's
mine.
going on? The heck?
Okay.
That's
What?
terrible.
Come on, you didn't like my self-deprecating joke?
That's terrible.
How is it terrible? It's true.
It's sad.
But it's true.
Oh, well,
Just like
that's
the rest.
sadder.
Oh. No, it's not. What are you talking about? Oh, I don't think so, McMurphy. We never actually met. I just stalked them from their window and masturbated. That's nothing weird.
What?
You're
What?
you're not one of those internet stalker types, are you? Them catfish that kills tells tales of. Oh no, I'm not an internet stalker. I'm an actual real life stalker.
Oh my gosh.
No, McMurphy, a guy.
Gosh.
It was Bowie, okay? I was in love with David Bowie. What? I'm a man. What? I was in love with David Bowie, you know? McMurphy frowns and shakes his furry head. See these eyes are so green I can stare for 1,000 years, you know? That's a charming song, but I'm afraid I have no idea what's going on anymore. Yeah, same here, bro. Oh, come on, McMurphy. Everybody knows who David Bowie is. Red hair, lots of makeup, one blue eye, one brown eye. Well, I didn't know one sweet soul with a blue eye and a brown eye, but I can assure you they wouldn't be caught dead in makeup. McMurphy snorts.
Oh my god.
Well, what about you, McMurphy? Who's the love of your life? I don't have one, car. I never have, never will. I'm a lone wolf, a free agent. I'm a big old yeti out in the mountains, all hairy and smelly and alone.
Wow.
Same here, brother. Woo.
This is you.
I know. Except I'm not Irish or drunk.
Or smelly yeti. I think.
You don't know me.
What the hell's that face?
I might live alone in the mountains. You don't know.
Are you?
You just got
No.
crunched.
You just got crunched. Ha!
Oh,
For
no.
some reason, I find that very hard to believe, Mr. McMurphy.
Oh my gosh.
Fine, you're right. I'm a fool. I love sick pool. I've had my heart broken more than once, Car. Each time it hurt more than last. I tell you. The thing is, though, Car, I can't remember a thing about any of them. Any of what? I don't know. What are we talking about again? David Bowie? Ah, that's right. So tell me how the two of you met. McMurphy, I think I'm drunk. All right. That is uncomfortable to do. I'm going to stop. I'm just going to say, heck. Okay.
Okay.
I'll do it
What
for
the,
you.
what the hell have we been drinking? Leave me alone. I haven't touched a drop. I think I'm going to vom. It. I wake up in the forest with a half-empty bottle in my hand. McMurphy is nowhere to be found. How did I get here? I can't remember a thing. I look at my catalog. Whoa, is it really that time? Crikey! I need to get to work. Crikey! I think I was supposed to be a woman in this. I have a feeling. You know, just a feeling.
Just because you chose him. Romance again, obviously.
No.
Choose the bubblegum, dude.
No.
Romance.
I'm not-
Yeah, put in romance, man.
Come on,
No.
put another
Do you really want to do research and recon?
No.
Exactly.
I wanna.
Yeah, go
No, yeah, you gotta at least do two, man. Obviously.
I got a romance
Maybe there's
again.
somebody unlocked. Maybe there's someone unlocked.
Fucking goddamn it. No.
Oh, Snooty Booty is a broken heart.
Oh, whoa,
Well,
you
that's
broke
what you
her
get
heart,
for
dude.
being ugly.
Dude, she
That's what you
shriveled
get-
up into a heart and broke herself.
That's what you get for being ugly and disgusting.
Wow. Horrible. Oh my god.
I'm a bad person. Okay.
Poor bubblegum cat thing.
Snooty booty, the
Bubblegum
shriveled
cat
up,
thing?
disgusting old lady cat.
Oh no.
I'm sweltering in the mess tent. Typical for me to get cook duty on the hottest day so far. I step out for a moment to try and catch some air. Psst.
Oh god.
What?
Don't know what happened.
He died.
I'm not sure if I really heard some. Not sure if I really heard something, or if the dehydration is getting to me. I take a swig from my water bottle. Oh.
Oh no. What the heck?
Hey, aren't
Hey.
you gonna share, Kara? Oh, McMurphy, was that you psting? What are you suggesting, Kara? I only use the designated litter areas. McMurphy, you're incorrigible. You know exactly what I meant. Come on, Kara. Never mind all that. We have work to do. Oh,
Can you imagine if you made your name Kara now?
oh God, no.
So everyone
Ah.
call you Kara, and then he's like, "Why don't you call me by my real name, Kara? I know your name's Kara, but I'm gonna call you Kara."
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that would be kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, that was
I
really nice.
am working. I'm supposed to be cooking for this evening. I mean, the work of the adventuring variety. Oh, of course you do. Come on, don't be such a bore. Sorry, McMurphy, but I can't. I'm very busy here. It's going to take hours to defrost and braise this meat from the mainland. Well, if you come with me, you may end up providing a much tastier dish in half the time. What do you say, Cara? You up for the crake?
What the fuck?
What are you saying? You mean I should just bunk off? That's the spirit. Strip off your apron.
Oh god.
And let's hit the trail. But McMurphy, I'm only wearing an apron.
That's why you didn't take it off.
That's why you should take it off. Yeah.
Oh,
McMurphy is
no.
a sly dog.
Oh no.
But I can't just. What if someone comes looking for me? What if they see me naked?
You're
Leave him a
fine.
note. Gone fishing. Maybe it's the
Yeah,
heat.
okay. Cat-
Maybe I'm overcome with a moment of madness. Well, okay then. You wild Irish rover, I'm all yours.
Oh no. What the heck?
Now there's a thought.
The
Before I can
face.
answer, he sunk into the thickening of the forest behind the clay cooking pot
Oh, God.
pits. I whip off my apron and follow behind. Naked!
Oh, God.
no.
Completely naked!
Oh, no.
Wait, Murph, it's too hot to run. And we really ought to cool ourselves off, eh?
Oh, God.
Get naked. To the water.
No.
He's led me up to the cliffs and without warning takes a running jump off the edge. I see him flying through the air and watch mesmerized as he cuts through the water. Oh no, Murphy, are you okay? Don't panic, I'm coming. I kick off my flip-flops and shorts. Oh god. Now I am naked and follow him into the water. Surprised at how shallow it is and that I'm easily able to stand. Murph, where are you? Ready to search about, fearing for his safety. Suddenly I feel something brush against my legs, making me scream out loud. What's that? I'll look down into the clear water and see McMurphy speeding along the seabed like a shark, fast and sleek.
You're never going to escape it.
I should just accept my fate at this point.
You should.
A cat and a shark now.
God
A
damn
cat
it.
acting like a shark.
Next we're gonna have a shark acting like a cat. Jesus Christ. Fast and sleek and suddenly breaking up through the surface with something in his mouth. My penis. McMurphy, can you swim? What on earth is that thing? Oh my, it's a fish. I can see he's smiling, even with the sprat in the way. Okay. It's a fish. It's called a sprat.
No, it's a catfish.
Haven't you ever heard of sprats?
No, I have not.
Oh, they're more of a UK thing, I've heard.
Oh, really?
You can fish? Well, spits the fish back in the water. What? No, I was gonna eat that.
No.
There truly is no end to my talents, Kara.
Wow.
You can say
Wait,
that
didn't he
again,
say that
but
didn't he
I have
say
so-
nothing can get in there, yet there's a fish in there.
Yeah.
yeah. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
it's-
Hold on a minute.
Stop worrying about that.
Like they should have just said there's nothing else here. It's weird. Instead they said force field, and
Force field.
now it's messing up the game.
Yep.
This game is the worst thing I've ever
Let's
played in
look
my
at the
life.
birds too.
Yeah, there's birds. What? No,
How are there no birds here?
there's birds right there. What?
They failed.
They failed the game.
There's a
You can
breach
say
in their
that.
story.
You can say that again, but I have so
There's a
many
breach in
questions.
their first
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, like why?
Catch your breath, Kara. I know I'm exhilarating company, but you need to exercise a little bit of restraint, or you'll be swooning on me next. Relax. The salt water is very buoyant. I copy McMurphy, and we both lie with our backs on the surface. It's very calming and tranquil. I'm finally able to collect my thoughts and realize I've not had this much clarity in a long time. This is so cool. What? This is so cool. I know. Trixie took me here first. Calls it the Ponder Pool. Oh, so you can swim then? I thought cats. Before I can even finish my sentence, McMurphy cuts in. It's a common misconception that cats can't swim. As you can see, it's another thing we excel at. So humble, too. As Nana McMurphy used to say, if you've got a trumpet, blow it. What about the fish? Where did they come from? There are no birds or fish on this island. It's one of the first things they tell you in orientation, except for those birds and those fish.
Yeah.
That's just because they don't know. Don't know what? It's better if I just show you. Come on, Gar, follow me. Swim for a while. McMurphy leading the way.
One nautical mile later.
No, with purpose. And then he stops. Well, notice anything interesting? Well, water's so much cooler and deeper here. Anything else? Can you feel anything? Stand perfectly still for a moment. I'm gonna feel a strange sensation around my legs, like a warm trickling under the water. McMurphy, are you peeing? Don't be so crude. Gar, it's Kurt. Look over there. I focus my eyes until I see what I thought was a rock shadow. It's moving. It comes closer and focus, and I realize it's a shoal of small fish darting in and out of one particular spot. What is that? I don't understand what I'm looking at. Isn't enough just see, Kara, the experience? Do you always have to understand everything?
Yes.
Well, yes, that's my job. It's who I am. Murphy, I'm a scientist. It's in my DNA. I seek to understand.
Yeah,
Come on then, scientist. Let's take a closer look. It's obviously another hole, you idiot. Come on. Even I can figure that out, and I'm retarded. Move closer to the area where the fish are gathered. I put my hand down and realized I can touch them, even pick them up, but something is stopping them from swimming further inland. McMurphy, we need to get going. Would be in trouble if I'm away for any longer, but thank you for showing me this. I'm definitely going to come back here and try to understand it. Wouldn't waste your time, Kara. It wouldn't be a waste. I'm committed to finding out. He cuts across me as I'm speaking. I meant coming back to this particular spot, so the fishes won't be here. Oh, I see. It's only at certain times and different location. It changes all the times. There's no pattern to it either. So you'd just be sticking pins in maps, Kara. I brought you here because I saw them this morning. Chances are they'll be gone by this afternoon. Disappointment must be apparent on my face because McMurphy switches lanes super fast to distract me. Okay, Kara, it's time to strip off, huh? That t-shirt would make a lovely net. Let's go fishing.
Go fishing, man.
Go fishing. I whip off my top and use it as a net to scoop up as many fish as possible. It's quite effective. Great idea, Murph. You know, you can rustle up a tasty fish supper in no time at all. And you get to enjoy my company for an extra hour. Win-win,
Wait.
What?
If you can see them, and they can't come more inland, but you're inland, how can you reach out and scoop them up?
Maybe the shirt is able to go through.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe he's saying that there's...
That makes no sense.
Look, this game is stupid, alright? This game is actually stupid.
There's so many holes in
Like,
their story.
They could have at least had a coherent story in this garbage game, but no. They made it extra garbage.
They made an extra garbage.
That car is music to my ears. There's a little more than a gauntlet thrown. Well, it's hardly a gauntlet, more a brain teaser. How am I going to explain the rest of my team this bountiful ocean offering? Why tell them anything at all? Because they're going to notice that we're eating something that wasn't on the delivery list or the menu rota and tastes way too fresh for something recently defrosted. You worry far too much about things that don't really matter, Car. I know it's right. I could do with a little loosening up, like with that butt plug.
Take your time.
Wait, what?
Don't say anything.
Never mind.
Okay, I'm just...
Go ahead and continue.
Ah, god damn it. Okay. I know he's right. I could do with a little loosening up. But this is a pretty big dilemma, really. Maybe I ought to tell Professor Popper about this. What's the harm? Max stops splashing around and looks at me squarely in the eyes. There would be harm, Kara. Trust me on that. Obviously, I don't mean I'd tell him about you or anything that would endanger any of us. I just mean I noticed. It's just that I noticed a shoal of fishes and took some. End of. Really think you can mention a phenomenon like this, and that would be the end of it? That he wouldn't start putting all manner of investigations and disruptions in place? You are touchingly naive, my friend. I feel myself blush.
Oh gosh.
I am being a bit naive, but I don't like the thought of lying. It's what you suggest, in. If you know so much about everything, give me a plausible story and I'll follow through. McMurphy lets out a wild howl and splashes water in it. Now that's what I like to hear, you impetuous daredevil, you. I splash him back. Oh god, we're playing splashies, guys. I splash him back, and a furious water fight ensues. We are making such a ruckus, I'm amazed no one comes to check what's going on. After a good 10 minutes of laughter and play, we run out of steam and float in the buoyant warm water. Let's hear it then, Oz. What's my cover story? Very simple case of brazen bluffing. Okay? Make a simple but delicious meal. You should ask where the fish came from. Just shrug your shoulders and ask the same question, huh? It's all in the poker face. You remain completely impassive. Ask the same question. Yeah, I wonder too. Where did the fish come from? They're delicious. Really? Trust me, Car. As a cat who is forever risking one of his 9, the simpler you keep it, the more they buy it. If they ask you where you got them from, you tell them the fridge. Simple.
Earlier he was great.
What?
He had a great idea of losing all 9 to booze.
Yeah. I feel quite giddy at the prospect of getting away with a ruse. Okay, Murph. Let's gather the supper. What abundance. In no time at home, I catch you back in the kitchen. Good time to make a tasty meal for everyone. And a little extra for my feline pals.
Oh, dear goodness.
Great.
Oh. Please, be the next day. Yep. Please choose romance.
I think this is all the same day, actually. We're all doing this in one day, I think.
Yep. Romance again.
No.
Yes.
I'm not gonna romance
You only
again.
need one more romance and then you can rest.
No, I don't want to romance.
You have to.
No.
What comes from research and recon? Nothing.
I need the antidote or I'm gonna turn into a cat.
You're getting it. Look, it's 2.8. You're fine.
2.8?
You're fine.
That's fine?
That's one. Just one
It's
more romance.
no,
You're fine.
I'm researching.
Oh, you. How dare you? 16. You want 16.
Time to round up some rowdy kitties. A slow day today. I've only got to organize. Okay. I'm off on a field trip to sorts with the professor. I can't wait to see what he's planning to show me.
Oh yeah, number 16.
I don't know. Routing up some rowdy kitties sounds like more fun.
Oh god.
I'm gonna rouse up some rowdy kitties.
Oh, yeah, you're
rouse
rouse
It's a-
up.
I'm gonna round up some rousy kitties. Ah, fuck. Look, man, you know what I mean, all right?
I'm
Like,
rousing some kitties.
I'm gonna rouse some kitties.
Yeah, like
Yep.
those two over there having some fun right now.
Oh, those
It
two.
kinda looks like it. Oh god.
It's a sunny afternoon. Most of the cats are lazing on the beach. Perfect.
Wait.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Wait a second. Why does it look like his leg is the size of his body?
What are
It
you
just
talking
looks like
about?
it's bent
Well,
back.
You
It's
that?
not his tail.
You
It's
mean
his
not his
tail.
how do you know?
Look at. Follow the tail. From
Look,
the
man,
end-
they can't even
goes-
color in the lines, all right? I think it's
Man.
supposed to be a tail.
They've given him a human leg.
I don't know, man. Whatever. It doesn't. This game is stupid. It doesn't matter. I double check my supply list. Create treats, sedatives, snare, catnip, antiseptic cream for myself.
Okay.
I've got everything. I have a sick feeling in my tummy, but I ignore it as best
you're
I
missing
can.
your Irish buddy.
I'm missing my hands. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm pleased the professor is trusting me with the more physical tasks. As I walk out onto the beach, feeling like a child catcher. Wait, what? Feeling like feeling like the child catcher. I keep reminding myself that I'm doing this for the greater good, even if it makes me unpopular. Even if it makes me unpopular with the cats.
Cats!
Even if it makes me unpopular with the kids.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What the
Amber? No?
Meow.
I set up the crate in an unsuspecting location and keep the snare hidden behind my back. At first, I stroll around trying to look casual as possible, whistling a tune as I walk. Get close to one of friend and start to stroke her. Want this to be as painless as
To
possible.
what? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
What?
The cat responds
They do
well
have
to
the
me.
worst.
She even starts to purr gently. Are you gonna come with me? Cat looks at me with big, wide, loving eyes. Come on,
Hello.
man. Pick up the cat, carry her to the crate, place her gently inside, lock it shut. Even though the cat makes no attempt to escape, well,
They have
Well-
worse choice in words.
well, that went better than expected. This may be a good day after all. I can catch plenty of kitties.
Why did he say child?
He feels like a child.
I don't know. He just said he feels like the child catcher.
That does not sound right.
I don't think it is right. Emboldened by my suggest, I approach one of the slightly larger cats.
Oh no.
Hey, matey, shall we get in the basket?
Straight up sounded like a pedophile. Instead of asking, hey kid, want to get into the van?
Get in my van. Hey, kid, want to get in my van? It's fun.
Instead of hey kid,
I give him a little stroke. I give him a little stroke.
Give him a little stroke.
He doesn't respond badly, although he doesn't seem particularly interested either. What am I stroking? I put my hands on either side of his body, ready to pick him up. He doesn't look too happy about it and growls a warning at me. Hey, mister, it's gonna be okay. We're just gonna we're just going on a little trip, all right?
Get in this basket.
As soon as I start to lift, all hell breaks loose. Yowling and hissing, he scratches my arms to ribbons. I try to get him into the basket, but he stretches out and can't fit him in. Oh, ow, oh no. I know when I'm defeated, and I have to let him go. He scarpers off into the distance. I look down at my ravaged arms. Note to self, wear long sleeves when on caging duty.
Wow. So you have no hands, and now you have ribbon arms.
I have no hands and now no arms.
Where the hell's those pictures in the background?
Oh, it's
Dude,
four.
it only went up by one
It's
or two.
no, look, man. It was
Just do
2.8.
romance me. Actually,
It's-
you should probably
Okay,
rest,
try
or you're
recon.
gonna
It's
die.
not even 2%.
If
It was
you-
at
if you don't
2.8.
rest,
Now it's at
you're gonna
4.2. What?
No rest.
If you don't rest, you're gonna lose. You'll lose your hearts.
Look, man, you don't know that.
I do.
Whatever, man. I sit in the position Professor Popper taught me. Legs crossed back straight, wrist resting lightly
What
on my knees.
position?
Fingers
is
formed
Professor
into
Popper
loose circles
do?
with forefinger and thumb touching. Am I meditating? Or am I
No.
meditating or masturbating?
Both. When did he teach you this freaking position?
I
When did
close.
he teach you this position?
As I'm masturbating, I close my eyes and hear a rhythmic purring, slow and steady. Oh, it's rhythmic. It's just. Oh, someone else is here. Welcome. I'm recording a video. Well, welcome. Well, you're part of this YouTube video now. Congratulations.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I close.
Dude, you sound like Phil from Spain.
Oh boy. I close my eyes and hear a rhythmic purring, slow and steady. Someone else is also masturbating. my fur prickles at the sea breeze.
It's Mick Murphy, and he is mad.
Oh! Purr.
Oh no.
My fur prickles.
My fur. What? Wait, hold on a minute.
Wait a second.
Prickles at the sea breeze.
Are you
My
already a
ears
cat?
twist at the distant sounds of feet on wood and seagulls crying in another faraway place. The smell of sea fills my nostrils. The taste of salt fills my mouth. Oh God. I begin to focus
The taste of salt.
on my breathing and the rhythm of my heartbeat, allowing my mind to drift. As I take a deep breath in, the tide comes creeping towards me as though I'm pulling it. When it's just centimeters away from my bare toes, I slowly release my outward breath and count to 5 beats. 1, 2, 3,
What the hell?
4, 5. Wow,
No
fantastic.
idea.
With each beat, I push the tide back into the horizon till it's almost touching the rising sun.
What the hell's that loud noise?
I don't
I have no
know.
idea.
Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drifting now without attachment to thought, my mind free from worry and care.
What does your
What
voice
the
become?
I don't know.
I hope you have all the hearts back now.
I'm not sure. Ah, No.
Yay to romance
No.
Now
now.
do recon.
no, I don't
What
know.
would-
Recon? I'm doing
Fine,
recon.
recon. Fine, yes.
Ah, God, what am I doing?
Recon 10.
Strange message in the middle. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why am I driving at midnight?
Oh, this is the worst. I hear my catalog beeping. I presume it's the professor. I tumble out of bed, half asleep, fumble around looking for the device. Look at my screen, my eyes struggling to focus. The message isn't from the professor at all. There's no contact information.
Ooh.
I'm outside. Who is this? Come outside. Obviously aren't going to respond to my question. Should I do as the message tells me? Of course!
Yeah.
My curiosity is aroused. I have a feeling there's something important to learn from the stranger. So I throw on my
Oh,
clothes and crawl out of my tent.
See, so your clothes.
Okay.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Anyone out here? Catalog beeps again. Walk to
Hold
the edge.
still. Don't disregard any lasers you might see.
Walk to the edge of the forest.
Oh,
I'm not going any further.
I
until
have
you
some-
tell me
I have
to.
some
Walk to
candy.
the edge of the forest. No. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Stop. By now, I realize I have walked to the edge of the forest. What? At the edge of the forest, I see something on the ground. As I get closer, it becomes clear that it's a small posy of flowers.
Instead of candy, it's like,
I have a cure, little boy.
I gingerly pick them up and notice several of the flower heads are missing.
oh god.
Catalog beeps again. Follow the petals.
Oh,
That's
dear
when I see the
Lord.
trail of little orange
What, you
petals.
get contacted by a serial killer?
I guess.
Oh, wait,
This-
no. Oh, wait, no, it's a cat burglar.
Oh god. The same color as the bouquet I'm holding. Well,
You
I've
better be
come this
careful,
far.
Hey, you better be careful, it might be catastrophic.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No. no. No turning back now. I begin to walk. I'm nervous, so
Oh.
I call out, "Hello!" No answer. Louder this time. Hello! Hello? Hello? Who is that? Major?
Oh god.
Is that you, Floofy Butt? I really wish you wouldn't call me that, human. What on earth do you think you're playing at? Cavorting around the forest in the dead of night, causing a ruckus? Oh, Major, you don't know how pleased I am to see you. I need your help.
You almost
And
sound
this
like
can't
Shaggy
wait.
there.
All right. And this can't wait until a civilized hour. I'm afraid it can't. I'm not the only one instigating this. I've been getting messages from an anonymous
you
source
change
asking me to
voices?
follow
You go
them in,
from-
follow them
you
into.
go from I don't believe I can. And then you just talk normal.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Crunch is an interesting dude.
I'm an interesting man.
Quad.
Crunch. Cranch.
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 Is that how
Cran-
you pronounce it? Cranch?
No, cranch dressing, dude. It's my favorite.
Oh no.
My own brand.
Oh god, this is disturbing. Can you imagine if
Look,
you said that you
they've
want
left
some
this
French dressing?
trail. They've left this trail. Ah.
Calungula Martima.
I don't
What?
speak Mexicanese. All right, I can't speak it.
Martima.
Marigolds, herbs of the sun. They're said to represent creativity, although some believe them to be symbols of cruelty and grief.
Oh dear.
Your knowledge is always so impressive, but I have to say this on occasion, it's not very comforting. Floofy Butt goes striding off with purpose. Come along then, Crunch. Are we going to follow this trail or not? I shuffle awkwardly behind him before the sun comes up. We continue on
dear.
for a short while and notice that the petals are getting more sparse. It's becoming more difficult to see them, till eventually they seem to run out. And we find ourselves at a small clearing. Well, it appears somebody has been playing a joke on you, Crunch. I sadly agree. It's all been nothing but a wild goose chase. A ruse! I have a rain cloud over my head. Alright. Seems so, Major. Sorry for dragging you into this. Let's go back to our beds before we waste any more precious snooze time on this fool. Turn to Floofy Butt and notice that his back is arched, his fur puffed up, making him look even more floofy than usual. Something wrong,
no.
Major? You tell me, human. Does that pile of rocks look suspicious to you? Amongst myriad.
What the hell?
I'm dying. Don't worry about it. Myriad rock piles. I noticed a small, contrived, looking. Ow! This actually hurts my throat. I can't do that anymore. Yeah, I'm dying. All right, I told you. Contrived looking. Why hard words? Karen. What are you doing out here? Floofy Butt's right. It looks far from natural.
Right.
That looks to me like it's asking to be inspected, Major. Well, get to it, Crotch. You're the one with the thumbs. What? I don't have any hands! I begin to dismantle the small mound with my thumbs, rock by rock. I mean thumbs, nubs. That's what I meant to say.
Nubs my nubs.
Where does it
My
say
nubs.
My thumbs at all?
My nubs, which I call my giant thumbs.
Oh, okay.
It's not until the foundation stone is removed that we find a manila envelope. Major, look, it's a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Looks rather large for a letter, my dear.
Oh no.
I think you ought to open it. Here, or back at base.
Here.
Having got you this far, I think it's only fair that I have an equal share of the spoils. Spoils? Yes, perhaps we should look right now, Major. As I'm speaking, I've torn into the envelope. Well, out with it! It looks like drawings. What sort of drawings? I'm not sure, but they look quite odd, antique even.
Old.
Do they have value, human? Probably to someone. They appear to be sketches of people here on the island, but I don't recognize anyone.
It's all the cats.
Why would someone lead me to these? How do you know you are meant to find them? Because we followed a trail, and it led us here. Actually, the trail ended a while back. This could be a mere coincidence. I hardly see the intrigue in a few old scribbles. They show no artistic flair at all. Even so, I'm going to hang on to these to see if they prove relevant to whatever mysteries unfolding here on this island. Floofy Butt rolls his eyes. You really ought to focus on the clues that matter. Instead
like
of...
a peanut-shaped island?
Yeah, that's what's important. The peanut-shaped island. Instead of running around in the middle of the night on wild goose chases, let's head back before anybody discovers you're missing. I roll up the drawings and tuck them into my waistband. I will study them when I have...
I will. Fanny pack.
My fanny pack. I roll the drawings up and tuck them into my fanny pack. I will study them when I have more time. I think Fluffy Butt is probably right, but I don't want to miss a track.
Dude, you sound like a stereotypical nerd. Oh my god.
My pink bedazzled fanny pack.
Hi guys, my name is Steven.
Hi, Steven. Hi, Steven. My name's Richard.
Oh, hey Richard, it's nice to meet you.
You too, man. Did you... Oh, look, you have the pink bedazzled fanny pack. Mine too. Look at that, we're buddies.
Wow, it's amazing. What are we doing right now?
I don't know.
All right, well.
What the hell?
But I don't want to miss a trick. Yeah. All right, a trick. I don't want to miss a trick.
Crunch.
These have olives in it. Get some rest now, Crotch. Crotch. Finally, a sensible suggestion. I head after Floofy, but struggling to keep up. I really need some sleep.
Wow. Okay,
Oh
now you know exactly what you need to choose.
Yeah, to quit the game.
No,
not yet.
No,
It's,
you keep
look,
going,
it's
dude.
5.6%. Look,
Look,
at that.
this video is already like 2 hours long.
No, it's not. Just click on
Yes,
the
it
romance
is.
3. Number
I'm not
3.
gonna. If I wait
No.
too long, I'm not gonna be able to refund it.
That's the point. Click on
No,
romance.
no,
One more. Come
no.
on, one more.
It's
man.
over.
One
One
more.
more romance.
Yeah, dude, give
You
him
know
one
what?
more.
You know what? Screw it. We're playing through this whole game.
Woo!
Not all today. Not all today, but we're getting through it eventually.
Oh, that's funny, dude. This is the only one choice.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
forcing you to be gay.
Why would I want to choose anyone else? Yeah, the other is a disgusting hag. I don't want to date. Ah,
Oh no.
it's too beautiful a day to be slaving in a hot lab. When Murph invited me for a stroll, it was easy to say yes. Not that I'd need much incentive to spend time with him. He's very engaging company.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
I'm
We've come to
worried
one
what
of my
is-
favorite spots, where the
This
cliffs
is
sweep
cringy now.
This
upwards
is the same
above
place.
blue water. Yeah. Suddenly, without warning, McMurphy plunges over the top of the towering rocks. I run to the cliff's edge with my heart in my mouth to see what's happened.
Oh no.
And there is a sight I still haven't gotten used to. He's in the water, more otter than cat, waving me to follow.
What?
Jump, Cara, jump! Sure, the water's grand. McMurphy! Oh no! I'm shocked by the shrillness of my voice. I hadn't intended it to be quite a shriek, but I was aiming for stern admonishment.
Is that even a word?
I don't think so. That's so dangerous. You could have gotten. You could do yourself serious injury or worse from such a height. Oh, Pish, come on, Cara. Or won't you get to see this little surprise I have in store?
Oh no.
It's my penis. Ha! I'm gonna make that joke every time. You've already surprised me enough for one day. Ha! One of us is meant to be. Which one of us is meant to be the pussy? At this, I am filled with indignance. It takes over my body, and before I know it, I am halfway between the ledge and the water, bracing for impact. This way. I'm still catching my breath as McMurphy's head disappears under the surface. My mind is saying, no, this is ridiculous. Get back to land this instant. But my body is following the Irish cat.
Not me. Not him.
My eyes take a moment to
Oh.
adjust. But when they do, I can
don't
hardly
even know
believe
what
what
it's
I'm
called.
looking at. It's a ship.
Oh my
As we
god,
pro-
dude!
Just playing it.
Hey, there's a treasure chest in there.
Star sister, Avery's sister is watching you play this game, bro.
Oh boy. All right.
She's like, what are you playing? Oh, it's not me. She's like, what's Amber playing? It's not him. Skeletor.
I am playing the game, and it's bad. It's the worst game.
This is the... Are those bear paw prints over there?
I have no
What?
idea. I think those are
What's this?
supposed to be rocks.
It looks like
oh.
clams.
I have no idea.
Clams, rocks, bear prints. What?
Look, whatever. This game is garbage. It doesn't matter. The ship has a
Just open
ginormous treasure chest in it,
Treasure chest,
apparently.
open it.
I would love to. My
Oh,
eyes
toss
take
a
a moment to
dildo.
adjust, but when they do, I can hardly believe what I'm looking at. It's a
Made of
ship.
solid gold.
As we approach from the stern, it looks pretty much intact. I can see the name on the report side, and though faded and worn away in parts, the words are unmistakable. Kitty's Desire.
No!
Oh no.
My head
Oh,
is
no.
my head is swimming due to the excitement and lack of oxygen.
And lack of oxygen.
And
That might be
most
a problem.
most importantly, I'm not breathing. I flounder to the surface to catch my breath. Kitty's Desire. I feel like I know that name.
That's not good that you know that name.
McMurphy eventually bobs up to join me on the surface. Surprised? A shipwreck? Here? It's
Yeah,
a
they
very
hit the
old island,
Force
Kara.
field.
A lot has happened here.
How'd you get
But
out there?
how did a ship even get here before the path was made? Hey, don't ask me, Kara. I'm just in it for the grog. McMurphy smiles and dives back into the murky depths. I follow, a flailing flesh bag in comparison to McMurphy's sleek figure.
Oh dear.
Okay.
McMurphy's sleek figure.
Oh god, this is getting fucking weird.
Apparently you compare yourself to a flailing flesh bag.
I try to get closer, a closer look at the wreckage. It's a big ship, likely a trading vessel, judging from the size. It's hard to tell how old it is, but it certainly isn't modern, maybe 18th, 19th century. When we enter the ship, from a huge hole in the stern, I realize that a lot of the vessel is actually on land, and it's obvious that it ran ashore after it was damaged at sea.
Why did it take you that long to realize that?
I don't know.
That is stupid. That's why.
There's not much
How
time
did
to
he become
ponder
a scientist? That's my question.
There's not much time to ponder the mechanics of what happened, as McMurphy is tugging at my t-shirt with his right paw, while with his no thumbs, all right, while gesturing with his other paw outstretched to a cabin he wants me to enter. I'm grateful for the air trapped inside, and gasp for breath. Here, Kara, look! Hang on, let me catch my... But he has already ducked into the next cell. How is he not out of breath? I realize his ability to swim underwater is unusually strong, but he barely breaks the surface at all. In here, through the hole.
Practice.
He sounds really excited. As I enter, I see why. In the center of the cabin is a chest. It's wedged between the wall and a surprisingly well-preserved writing desk, the only thing preventing it from falling and being buried in the sand. A treasure chest? Whoa! I sound like a giddy child and feel embarrassed, but McMurphy joins me in my glee. And suddenly we're cheering and laughing together. Go on then, open it, Kara. Okay! Okay! Wow! This is exciting!
Oh dear goodness.
What are you waiting for? The key? Ah, does it need one? Well, of course it does, Murph. It's a locked treasure chest. Can you not just break the lock? Who do you think I am, Houdini?
Yes.
I don't know about that, but I do know you're a very clever scientist whose thirst for knowledge matches my thirst for grog. So you get yours, and I'll go get mine.
Wow.
The Mog grins before darting into the next cabin, and I hear the familiar clinking of bottles shortly after. I decide to try the lock anyway while McMurphy is getting his. I look around for something, anything I could lever it with, but I am disappointed. Everything except the chest and desk must have been washed away a long time ago. We'll have to come back with some tools to tackle that lock, Murph. Comes no response. McMurphy is still obviously busy with his looting and pillaging, so I decide to swim to the beach to get a better look at this wreck from land.
Just take a leg from the table and bash the lock.
I don't know,
rusted enough.
When I can take the scene properly, I can make out what looks like another large ship just a bit further down the beach.
You took you that long to notice?
Yeah. I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. One, a huge vessel finding its way on to this island is strange enough, but two, meeting the same unhappy fate is more than my brain can process.
His eyes are half cat, half human now, so...
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be better? Shouldn't his eyes be even stronger?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, they should be. No, they should, because they're cat eyes, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what
What's
you're
your
talking about. I think you might be retarded, but, you know,
man.
just maybe.
You're turning into a cat because you lost your catalog on the first night.
I didn't. Crunch did. I'm Crash, alright?
You
It's
are
different.
Crunch.
I'm Crash, not Crunch, okay?
Both start with the K. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, well, fuck you. How about that? The proximity of the pair would suggest a collision of some kind. Possibly the second vessel could have been a pirate ship. Maybe it was attacking the merchant vessel? I get the feeling I'm looking at the conclusion of a very interesting story here. I wonder why Professor Pauper didn't tell me about it. Obviously, he must be aware of the two vessels. My nose for intrigue has started to twitch, and I am burning to know more. I decide to take some of the debris, splinters, and small chunks of metal and pocket it for later analysis in the lab. When I'm satisfied with that I've thoroughly combed the beach for specimens and have salvaged anything of interest, I realize that I haven't seen McMurphy for quite a while. My heart stops. The hair on my neck stand on end. How could I have been so wrapped up in my work that I neglected to keep an eye on my friend? McMurphy! I'm met with silence and still water. I run back towards Kitty's desire, my heart thumping in my chest.
Oh my god.
McMurphy! I jump in the sand, swim back to the stern of the ship. There doesn't seem to be any life around here. Break through the surface with a choke and try to call out again. My throat is hoarse and full of salt water. Where? Catch sight of a shadow out of the corner of my eye, crawling along the seabed. Dive under to get a better look and see instantly that it's the Irish cat, stalking and prowling as if he were on land. I quickly grab him by the scruff of the neck and drag him back to shore. Like Murphy, you loon, what on earth were you playing at? Catch my breath and check on him, but he's happily rolling on his back in the sand. Me, I was having a grand time until you manhandled me with those big, meaty paws of yours. You know, my no hands.
Let it go.
Let it
Get
go.
serious. What?
Should I get serious with him? Be like, oh, come on, I was worried about you. Or should I be like, yeah, whatever.
Yes, you're the female type, obviously. Look at how you act.
Oh
You
my
would
god.
like that.
What, having a what? Calm down,
No.
Car. You look like you're going to pop. I thought it said poop for a minute there. just
Wow.
I thought it said it looks like you're going to poop. And I was like, that sounds retarded. And then I read it and I'm like, wait a minute. You'd been under the water for ages. I didn't see you come up for air once. I have been blessed with fantastic breathing apparatus. But I didn't know that, did I? And you were worried about me? Ah, Cara, now that is very touching indeed. I feel like a damsel in distress, rescued by a charming... I don't allow him to finish his sentence. You may think you're clever and funny, but let me assure you that no one else here is laughing. Jumping off cliffs without warning and drinking while you're swimming, not very clever at all. I wasn't drinking while I was swimming. That would be impossible. I know, I tried.
Wow.
The more cross I am, it seems the more amusing McMurphy finds it. You may not realize it, mister, but I have a duty of care towards you. All of you cats. So if something happens to me, you're afraid you'll get in trouble? Aw, and there was me thinking you cared because you like me. He's deliberately turning this around and it infuriates me further. Stop being so manipulative. You know how much I care for you, of course I do, but you can be very tricky too, you know. Shall we open this? Reach over for a bottle of grog he's taken from the wreck. You look like you could use something to take the edge off. No, McMurphy, I do not
Were
want
his
any of
eyes
that. Thank you
always
very much.
green?
Yeah, they were. No, McMurphy, I do not want any of that. Thank you very much. So what is it? You do want, Kara? He flashes me a raffish grin. I want you to stop being quite so reckless. You'll give me a heart attack. Well, as much as your heart is of considerable concern to me, Kara, I'm afraid I can't promise to stop being what I am. It's like asking the wind to stop blowing. The wind does stop blowing sometimes. He lets out a
Really?
long laugh. You really are a scientist, Kara. Nothing will ever change that, eh? I understand what he's saying, and you allow him to do his own thing. Okay, come on then. Let's start heading back. Actually, Kara, you go ahead. I'll catch up with you later. He winks,
Wow.
and I am in no doubt as to what he wants to do for the rest of the day.
I am in no doubt. What?
He's gonna drink the grog, dude.
Oh dear goodness. Wow, what are you gonna do today, sir?
No.
You're at 6.9 antidote.
Whoa, that's like almost 69, dude. That's hilarious.
Almost? I think it is.
I'm done with this game.
No, you're not.
I
You're
am.
only getting started.
I'm done with this game. Okay.
It's like rest.
We
man.
could look. I could play it later, okay?
No, you
I-
can't.
Right now, I'm hungry. I want food, okay?
Well, you get a lot of food if you continue, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Lots of fish.
no, it's over. No,
It's not fish.
it's over.
It's not over.
No,
Everybody click right now. Click like right now if you want them to continue.
no, like right
Look!
now.
Oh my God! Look at all them clicks. Dude.
There's no
All them
clicks right.
likes.
There's no.
Oh my
There's
gosh,
no
look at
likes.
500 likes. There's 500.
This
Dang,
is.
dude, you need
this,
to continue.
This isn't even uploaded yet. It's not going to be
It's
uploaded
not-
for at least a couple days.
I can see the future.
and there's 527,000 likes now.
No, there
Oh my
isn't.
gosh.
No, this
2
is
billion
Yeah,
likes.
no.
give likes too if you want to see him continue to Shark Tank.
Shut. I deleted
dude.
it and I'm not buying it again.
I'll buy it for you just so you can play it again.
And then
Yeah.
no, and I'm gonna accept it and then delete it from my account so you can't even get your money back.
Fuck you.
You already threatened me with that. So.
Yeah.
Who's got a storm right now?
Okay, so
That's me.
well, this is over
What
now.
click